Back to BVarsity Live. I'm going to wear a hat like Mike Griffith in here and like look like I just like Ricky Bobby on these shows. That's what I'm going to do. Stan Green was great. He was in here for the first half hour of the show. Now we welcome in North High Junior, right?
Yes,
Junior, right?
Junior.
Curtis Threlkeld. Say that right?
Threlkeld.
Threlkeld. All right. Every week I swear we have somebody in here whose name could make me win a Scrabble game all by himself. Curtis is off to a great start this year. Trevor, I think you have the stats. But, I mean, North beat East last week and lost to Wasco the week before, but Curtis had great games both times.
Yes. And you're looking at stats. You're talking about the 4th best rusher in the area, the 14th best receiver, and tied for 2nd in the area in rushing touchdowns. So congratulations to you on your first big season as a varsity football player. Because Curtis, you went like, you had 2 catches for 30 yards last year during your 4-win season. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So an amazing turnaround. You're talking about
onto the scene.
Yeah. So your freshman year, you're playing for the freshman team, correct?
Yes.
The varsity team goes 0-10. You guys come up last year. You go 4 wins. Now you guys are 1-1. You're going to. Where's the ceiling for this team this year?
We're just trying to get better, and just seeing them go 0-10 when I was a freshman, I just promised myself that would never happen again, and I just don't want to face that and everyone to think that North High is like a 0-10 team.
What was the freshman team's record that year?
We're 8-2.
You were carrying the flag right there. You may beat our varsity team, but look out for those freshmen. What's been the key for you? I mean, did you see this coming where you were going to be the man this year, or has this sort of happened as the weeks have gone by?
No, I just I don't start running back right now either. But when I get in the backfield, I just think about my team and try to get in zone every single time I get the ball or first down. And just keep going.
Are you starting on defense full time then?
Yeah, I switched from corner to safety.
How is that? So you have to play both.
Yes.
I mean, the responsibilities are slightly different. Do you ever get confused as you switch from corner to safety or back? What am I doing on this play?
Not
you have to
really.
remind yourself.
Yeah, sometimes. In the East game, I had to remind myself when they had a long catch. That was because I switched from corner to safety, and I just realized after that I'm playing safety from now on, and I got to know what's my job.
Calling himself out. How about at running back? I mean, so it's just sort of you get in there and make a play when you can. I mean, seize the opportunity.
Yeah, I just every single time I try to get the coach calls my number or gets the ball to me, it's just that try to do it for my team and just get a first down or get in the end zone, one of the two. So,
do you pay attention to stats when Trevor was saying all that stuff? I mean, did you have any idea? Maybe not about the section ranks, but just that you had several hundred yards already.
No, I try to ignore that because it's the beginning of the season, and I just want to keep working hard and not just become cocky about it and just think I'm the best around. I just want to keep working and just see at the end of the season what happened.
And how is your relationship with Isaiah Dillard? Because you guys are both in the backfield playing together. I mean, obviously, within your offense, you guys get a lot of chances to touch the ball, whether it's running or receiving. So, relationship good. You guys are just looking to go out there and win as many games as possible, right?
Yes, both of us are. We're pretty good friends, too. So,
what do you like about this year's team? I mean, you said you may have a pretty high ceiling if things go right. What gives you that impression?
Well, just because when I was a freshman, I'm playing with all the kids I played with when I was a freshman, and I told us whenever we won league that year that we got to bring it up to varsity just because we did it freshman year. We got to keep working each year, and now I'm playing with the same people, and we're just trying to get back what we said that we were going to do our freshman year to do this year.
Curtis is also a tremendous middle distance runner in track, which I know Justin was sort of. We've always got to talk about track in this room because of
conversation's always going to make it to track around here.
But here's the thing, and this is because sometimes depending on who you play in football and the strength of schedule and all that thing, people can make an argument. He's not that good, you know. But there's also sometimes you just look at people like Isaiah Sharp playing up at Wasco. That kid can play. I don't care where he is, he can play. And Curtis, by the way, as a sophomore last year, finished 5th in the Valley in the 800, which is impressive enough as a sophomore. That's kind of a man's race, the 800, where you've got to run those two laps. But this particular 800 was won by none other than Blake Haney, who needs no introduction. Yeah. Second place in that race was Connor Morello of Clovis, who took second in the state. Now, Blake was not in the state race, but Connor went on to take second in the state. And then third in that race was Isaac Trevino of Centennial, who went on to take fifth in the state. So this was a loaded 800 that you took fifth in. What was that race like, racing against those guys?
Well, just being in the race, when I first raced Blake, I thought maybe if I get up there with Blake, people wouldn't finally get to notice who I am as a freshman, but that didn't really happen because
because he's Blake.
Yeah, he's Blake. And then sophomore year, I thought coming back, a new coach around and me being coached, that maybe I could do something. And then I kept switching from the 400 to the 2, then back up to the 8, and kept switching my things. But about the end of the season, I stuck with the 8 only and tried to go to state, but unfortunately that didn't happen. But I feel like I ran my PR, so I did pretty good.
Yeah, it was kind of a breakout performance nonetheless. So that leads us to the question. You having some success in football. Obviously, you had a lot of success even as a sophomore in track. You're still only a junior. Have you started to think what you may want to do in college, whether it be track or football, or are we not at that point yet?
No, not necessarily yet. I'll probably make that decision at the end of junior year, going into senior, how I do for the rest of the season, because it's the beginning of the season, and how I do in track my junior year.
Do you enjoy one over the other?
Well, football, you're kind of getting hit a lot. In track, you're just out there running, and it's all about heart, really. And whoever wants to finish first, that's what
I don't know, Curtis. There were a couple of runs that I saw over the last 2 weeks where
you
were not getting hit. You were eluding tacklers, you were going past tacklers, and you were finding the end zone with ease. So I don't know how much hitting you're taking.
Do you, because it's been impressive the first couple of weeks, and I know you lost to Wasco, but they're a very good team, and it was competitive. And then to beat Easton this week, you have Taft, which won't be easy. Of course, Taft has its own storyline, so we don't know how that will be. But do you pay attention with the new league and with being in a new division in D3? Do you start to look at maybe what some other teams are doing, how you guys stack up, or is that all background stuff to you?
It's really background stuff for me. I don't really pay attention to that much. I barely even know who's in our league, really. I have to go back and look sometimes.
I think some of us have to go back and look sometimes, and it's
Yes.
we get paid
Keeps
for it.
changing.
So, yeah.
Foothill, Miramonte, Highland, South.
Yeah, so that it's a very winnable league for North, in my opinion. I think you guys may
it's
be
only
the
a
favorite
5-team
team.
league.
But it's been a fun ride so far. What do you think about the Taft game? Have you seen some film on them? I mean, is it difficult? And I won't get into all the noise about this, but is it difficult to prepare for a team when you don't necessarily know which guys are going to be playing?
No, not necessarily. Our team, this whole week so far, we've been preparing like they have the same guys when they played against Golden Valley, and they're not a bad team at all, and we respect them, and we're just going to go out there and play like they have all their guys.
Yeah, and I should mention the reason I say that is because Taft has 8 players suspended in connection with this alleged hazing incident, and they all played, obviously, against Golden Valley, and Taft played pretty well, went toe-to-toe with Golden Valley, and now they canceled their game last week, so you guys only have the 1 week of film against them, maybe a scrimmage as well. So that can be a little bit tricky, but you do get the game at home. What's it like playing at home in Oildale, where we talk about this a lot here, where it seems like your school represents its community maybe better than any other school in Bakersfield? Is there a vibe out there of we are playing for the neighborhood?
Yeah, we have different kind of kids, sort of. We have like the people that live down in Oildale and been living there their whole life, and then some kids that just recently moved to North in Oildale. So, but I mean, the way we put it out there is that we play for the community because people think it's Oildale and what Oildale has been for. So we don't really, we like carrying the chip on our shoulder and just going out there and just playing for them.
Yeah, full disclosure, I actually live in Oildale, but there are two very different kind of sections of Oildale, right?
Yeah.
But both of them are kind of that blue collar work ethic. It's on us to get it done, right?
Yes.
Before we go to break, Curtis, just because you have 2 coaches on the coaching staff, including head coach Chad Brown, that went to Taft, have there been any conversations with you guys and the coaching staff about what happened at Taft? Have they kind of opened up the conversation again about hazing and what not to do and how to treat each other properly? Have you guys talked about that at all this week?
Yes, we have. We don't really mess with the freshmen in the locker room. We stay away from them. They have their side. We have our side. And we're trying to make sure none of our kids get in trouble because it's happening nowadays. And we try to keep everyone out of trouble and tell them what to do and what not to do.
Is that something you were very aware of before this all happened, or was it a pretty stern reminder?
Yes. Just going into high school knowing that it's it's practically on your record, and colleges could see it and all that. And I just stayed out of trouble and hang out with the right crowd, and that's what you have to do.
Right. Because I think that there is some harmless kind of fun that can go on and be even a team building thing with it. You know, you see, for instance, Major League Baseball teams make rookies carry pink backpacks and stuff through airports. Just really mild things like that where you can build camaraderie through it, but there has to be a line, obviously.
Yes.
That you can't cross. So, Curtis Threlkeld of North High, hey, thanks for joining us, and wish you good luck on tomorrow night against Taft and the rest of the year. And we sure hope that you come join us again.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks, Curtis. And we'll be back with some Week 2 predictions here on BVarsity Live right after this.